Good morning and welcome. It's good to see you all here, the IAF family. It's good to see that the IAF is not on strike, that some of you are working past 62. This is a good thing, okay? And you haven't retired yet. So welcome this morning and welcome back to Paris for the spring meetings. We are really excited to have you here. So this morning I'm going to provide a few remarks and introduce one of our co-chairs for our new committee. Please bear with me as I struggle through all of the acronyms that come with diversity. We've got like 6 different ideas and 3 Gs and 3 G pluses. So if you follow my logic here, you're ahead of me perhaps. So under the leadership of my predecessor, Dr. Jean-Yves Le Gall, the IAF developed the Global Innovation Agenda in 2016 through 2019. And it was a key part of this agenda was opening the door for diversity. So we employed this idea of 3G, this is the 3G breakfast. This has historically been the 3G breakfast. So this is geography, generation, and gender. And it was really a very timely activity for the IAF. This is important as diversity has become an increasingly important part of not only organizations like what we run, but for companies, for governments, nonprofit organizations to have this diversity, because that we know that diversity, it builds upon our knowledge base. It provides diverse viewpoints as we tackle issues, and it gives us strength as we move forward as an organization. So expanding on this concept of 3G, in 2020, the IAF created the 3G Plus, 3G Plus, which added new diversity aspects to the original gender, geography, and generation. The Plus includes fostering access to space programs for people with alternative abilities, and as we say in the US, disabilities. So this is opening space to even a larger group of people. This is a new thing, and I know in Europe and in the ESA, there's a program now to try to find access to space for people with these diverse abilities or disabilities. You can imagine flying astronauts that may have a disability in space. Now, this is the new focus of this program. So for this, we created the IAF Administrative Committee. This is the new committee, IDEA, Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Administrative Committee. So the IDEA Committee will inherit the role of the former IAF Excellence in 3G Diversity Award Subcommittee. Everybody following me now? Okay. I got it so far? So far I haven't made a mistake, because yesterday I wasn't sure I understood the logic. Yeah, it was a long train. So this is the subcommittee that always evaluated all the proposals for the 3G Diversity Award that we always award at the IAC every year. And we've had a lot of great people applying for organizations, applying just yesterday. Somebody said, don't forget we're applying again this year. So we've got a lot of good organizations applying for this prestigious award, which looks to promote Federation inclusiveness, diversity, and within the activities and committees that we do. So we expect that this new committee, this new IDEA committee, will support the IDEA platform and the IAF community for all of our activities. So it goes beyond just this award, but to much of the activities that we're doing to promote diversity. So please join me in welcoming the founding co-chairs of this committee. So it's Michelle Ashmimri and Deganet Paikowski, who I don't think is with us this morning. But please join me in welcoming Mish to come up and start the event today. Thank you.
Thank you. He's much taller. Thank you so much. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. We're all excited. It's been a while since last IAC that we all met. So with that, he made the introduction, and one thing before we get started, if anyone is going to take photos and post them on social media, please use the hashtag IAF3G. So it's right here. I will repeat that at the end just to make sure you got it. So we created this committee because we wanted to have more actionable items. Rather than talking the talk, we wanted to walk the walk. So our objectives are essentially to outline key diversity inclusion goals and provide actionable goals to achieve them. We also wanted to evaluate the inclusivity diversity, and equity of IAF activities, committees, bodies, members, and so forth. And the idea is not necessarily to point fingers, but really to kind of assess where we are and where we need to go. So in order to do that, we need to know where we are right now in order to improve and put goals and KPIs on how do we achieve those in the next few years. We also wanted to evaluate the effectiveness of ongoing efforts and make recommendations to IAF members and IAF committees and so forth. We wanted to inform the IAF the community about the statistics regarding geography, gender, generation, and so forth to all members, all committees. And we also wanted to recommend new activities to implement to enhance diversity, inclusion in our community, the space community. And lastly, we wanted to evaluate the nominations received for IAF Excellence in 3G award interview candidates and make recommendations to the recipients. So that's essentially the goals. These are obviously top-level goals. There's a lot that goes in between. But with that, what I wanted to share with you is some of the statistics of the committees, the administrative committees and the technical committees within the IAF. The reason why I wanted to do that is to kind of shine the light on the fact that we still have a lot of work to do. As you can see from this graph, the IAF administrative committees, essentially 14 out of 16 of these committees need improvement. They are below 40% in gender equity. So you're talking about 87.5%. So we need to make that go all the way down to 50. That would be nice. And if you can see that on average, it's 27% of women on average between all those. So that's in terms of the administrative committees. If we go to if we look at the geography of the administrative committees, a lot of them are here in Europe. So we kind of need to open the doors a little. So there's a lot of room for improvement. We need to, I think one of the reasons maybe the geographical aspect is not necessarily equitable is because we need more members either from those regions, or we are going to need to be more kind of like, if the members exist, we'll try to push them to get more members and try to have them more representation within these committees. Because it could be we have them as members, but we don't have the representation, or we need to increase the members and increase the representation. Now, if we go to the technical committees, it's also not so good. Basically, 25 out of 30 of these committees are essentially below 40% women. So there has to be a lot of room. Here, the percentage of women on average is a little bit less than the administrative committee. So instead of 27, it's like 26.66, which I know some people will round to 27, but it's really 26%. So we got to do some work here. Similarly, as you can see, it's essentially Europe and North America are the highest dominating from a geographical standpoint. So the whole point of this is to kind of show numbers so we know where we are and how do we improve that and how do we push to get to better KPIs. And maybe we can't do it immediately, obviously. It'll take some time, but if we put KPIs for every 2 years, every year we meet at IAC, that will showcase improvement and commitment from members and organizations as well as the committees. So with that, I wanted to, I think I'll let you put the video, right? I want to introduce my founding co-chair, Diganet Parkowski, and her video is right here.
Hello everyone, I'm sorry I cannot be with you today at this special event celebrating the IDEA and 3G Diversity Day of the IAF Spring Meeting. I talk to you today from my beloved country Israel, which is currently under great political turmoil, endangering our democracy. For me, the last 3 months were a direct nationwide effort to sustain our values of 3G diversity and equity in my country. In this context, it is even more meaningful for me today to congratulate you for advocating and advancing further our mutual goal in the Federation, connecting all space people. Over the years, 3G diversity values have grown together with the Federation, embracing a larger meaning and creating more structured ways for increasing inclusiveness within our space community under the leadership of Dr. Genevieve Legal and Professor Pascal Ehrenfreund as presidents. In my role as Vice President for Diversity Initiatives, I had the opportunity of supporting them and the Federation along this path, transforming the Diversity Awards Subcommittee into a full administrative committee during the last IAC. In this spring meeting, the committee will convene for the first time. I am confident that the committee will be an incredible source of support for further development of the Federation's projects under the leadership of Michelle, current IAF Vice President for Diversity Activities. Congratulations. I wish you a successful day.
So now comes the part where I practice my ability to pronounce people's names. So I'm going to introduce the IAF IDEA committee members, and the ones that are here will have like a few seconds to, I guess, introduce themselves. So first I have Adnan Reyes. I believe he's supposed to be here. So I guess we'll proceed. Gabriela Arrigo.
So my name is Gabriela Rigo. So I'm Director of International Affairs at the Italian Space Agency. I'm also Scientific Director of the Master Course in Space Policy and Institutions at the Diplomatic School in Rome. And also I'm a member of the Board of Trustees at International Space University in Strasbourg. So in all these roles, I'm deeply committed to promoting the values of inclusion, diversity, and equity. And in addition to this, as ASI co-chair of the local organizing committee of the IC 2024 in Milan, I'm deeply committed to monitoring that these same values are present in all event and segment of the Congress. So I'm very happy to be here today with you. I'm very glad to be able to support the inauguration of this new IAF committee. So thank you so much.
Thank you. So next I will introduce Dunay Bedirkhanov.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dunay, Vice Chairman of Azercosmos, Space Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan. I'm also a member of the Space Communications and Navigation Committee of the Federation. And this year, I'm an IPC co-chair for the next IAC. We are planning to hold in Baku. So I look forward to welcome everyone there. I'm happy to be invited to be a member of this committee because the values, the goals of this committee is my personal values, are the values of our company to diversify all the activities to bring more youth and women and all the different minorities to be represented well in space. I personally think that the more people we are open our doors in space, for space is better for space because more people need to be involved in our activities in order to improve, in order to grow all the space across the globe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So next is Michael Brichter. I hope I pronounced that right.
Perfectly fine. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michal Brichta, and I'm the head of industry branch of Slovak Space Office. I'm also the Slovak Council delegate to European Space Agency, and I'm truly excited about the creation of this committee. And the reason why I was happy to accept the invitation to join it was simply that I truly believe that as space, as area that was always truly connected with broad cooperation, it is by breaking the boundaries and by enhancing the inclusivity that we can truly unlock the full potential of this sector and truly unlock the potential of the global space community. Thank you.
Thank you. So next is Kathleen Coder.
Good morning, everybody. So I am Kathleen. I go by Kat Coder. I am with Lockheed Martin. I am the deputy manager for our Deep Space Exploration Advanced Programs group. So I work predominantly on the science side. And diversity, inclusion, and equity are really important to me. I've been working within the IAF the past 16 years, especially promoting diversity in terms of the young professionals. So I am a founding member of the YPP committee as well. So just really excited to try and look at new ways and different initiatives that we can do to increase the diversity across the Federation. And also whatever Lockheed Martin can do to help. We are very big on diversity and inclusion and have many initiatives within the company to increase diversity across not only our US business, but across our world business as well. Thanks.
Thank you. Melissa Zwart. Oh, she's not here. Good. Maybe I butchered her name. Dris El Hadani. Okay. Rena Jafarova.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure and honor to be in the IDEA committee. My name is Rena Jafarova. I work as director of IAC department at the Space Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan. And having grown up in a Baku city where multicultural, multi-ethnic, and diverse religions exist together in a peaceful and quite friendly manner and makes new families, new communities, and having worked as a volunteer for the Red Cross, working with the people, I like the term, with the alternative abilities. And though we also call disabilities in English when we say it in Azerbaijan. Also working as an equal opportunity and diversity coordinator of the British Council, taking my office from to the top, let's say, not from, I will not say from where, but to the top of the assessment for grading worldwide. I believe I have something to share with the committee and with the community, and I look forward to working together with you, making IAF and the wider space community more diverse, more inclusive, and more equal for everyone. I can't miss the opportunity to mention about the IAC 2023. So we very much look forward welcoming you all in October. In Baku from 2nd to 6th. I believe everybody knows about these dates. And Michelle, I hope that will be occasion for all of us to include more countries from our region, which is also not very well represented, I would say. And our IAC in Baku will be a great opportunity to involve new countries, new companies, and diverse community. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Then there is Larry James. He's not here. Michael Maloney, not here. Daniela Mira. Okay. Julie Patara Josek. Oh, sorry.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Julie. I'm social scientist by education. My PhD was about the training of astronauts in Russia for the IAS space program. And so I've been a lecturer in French and Russian university for a few years. And as I'm a professional diver, I'm now working also as consultant and test diver for space equipment developed by companies related to habitability in a very broad sense. And one of my obsessions and focus is, for instance, gender bias in the development of space equipment. For instance, there is more and more attention in this kind of bias in spacesuit design for EVAs. So that's one of the important topics we need also to develop. And as a scholar, I've been working with quite a lot of indigenous scholars, designers, and architects, which is really a fascinating topic as well for everything related to sustainability and how we really think about space exploration and how we want to move forward in that. So I couldn't be more thrilled to be part of this committee, and I do hope we'll be able to efficiently walk through the goals you exposed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Asanda Sangoni.
Morning, everyone. You know, the Austrian Airlines had another plan for me, but I had another plan. I thought, I thought I'd dress up, just to show, how serious I am about this committee. But then I don't have my luggage, but that's okay. I'm here. Okay. I'm Asanda Sangoni from the South African National Space Agency. I look after the stakeholders of SANSA, internationally, all around. I'm very happy to be part of this committee, and I'm happy that I can share my experience. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. I hope they deliver your bag soon. Lauren Smith, not here, and Akiko Suzuki. Okay, so next up, I think we have a video. Oh, no, sorry. Next up, I should have, essentially, we have the interview board for the IAF Excellence in 3G Diversity Award. And then these are the members that are going to be interviewing. So prepare yourselves. And the next up, I think, is a video.
We are all different. Some of us have blonde hair, black hair, tall, short, different background, culture, beliefs, but we all live together on our beautiful planet. From my personal perspective, as psychologist, specialized in cultural differences in communications, and having worked for several years as executive director of Women in Aerospace Europe, diversity has always been the key feature of human beings. If we understand that we are all different, if we do not try to change each other, but rather to accept each other, this is the key how we can live together in peace. With this in mind, in 2016, we decided to create a dedicated platform to promote diversity in our space community. The main goal to make aware our community of the crucial importance of diversity and equality, the importance of promotion, diversity in all aspects, generational, gender, geographical. And I believe we really achieved already remarkable progress.
I believe I owe much of my success to the passion I have for my field, which started when I was 6 years old while gazing at the stars in the Neza Desert in Saudi Arabia, to the education that I received, and to the support I've received and continue to receive from my friends and family.
I think it is important to foster gender equality, because we know that there are new perspectives in companies which lead to innovative solutions and also to more revenues. There are many studies about that, and I think all organizations have to contribute to gender equality and try to find measures in order to improve their statistics.
Over the past 6 years, we have made remarkable progress in geographical diversity. IAF counts 468 members from 75 countries from all over the world. From the generational diversity, more than 50% AIC delegates are below 35 years old. And in gender diversity, in 2019, IAF elected our first female president, Pascal Ehrenfreund. Only recently, we start to focus on another aspects of diversity, especially how to integrate people with alternative abilities into space workforce. And I would like to mention the great initiative one of IAF member, European Space Agency, who selected their para-astronaut potentially fly to space. This is topic especially very close personally to my heart. Being the mother of physical handicapped daughter whose dream was from the very early childhood to fly as the first female astronaut with prosthesis in space.
Essentially what I did for myself. When I started and I had a passion for rockets and to go to space and explore space, Saudi Arabia did not have this opportunity here. I was fortunate enough that my parents were living in the States and I grew up in the States, so I had access to an education that can prepare me to become a rocket scientist for the future. So I didn't really concern myself with what is available today, but I was very focused on the fact that I have a passion, pursued it regardless, and figured out that the only way sometimes is if it's not available, you need to create it. So prepare yourself by getting the education, by working outside of your country, and then eventually go back to your country and start that field there. So that's the advice that I can give based on my experience.
Well, I think it is self-confidence, it is perseverance, and it is, I would say, empathy. But there are more. There is enthusiasm. And I think something what is important for me is try to stay authentic. And it's important to be true to yourself. And I think that really helps in your development as a woman in the space sector.
There are more than 3 ingredients, but if we had to isolate just 3 ingredients, I would have to say first and foremost, a passion for what you're pursuing. Secondly, the desire to grow and innovate. And third, the resilience to overcome all the obstacles that come your way.
I would like to answer with the words which I always repeat to my children. I have only 1 daughter and 4 sons, but I think it's important 4 girls and 4 boys. First of all, accept yourself as you are. Secondly, have your dreams and work hard for your dreams. And the third one, do not be afraid to make mistakes. Finally, I would add, we are not alone in this world, and communication is a great tool to help all of you to reach your dreams, but together.
So as I promised, I will remind you, the hashtag is IAF IDEA 3G. Please use it. Thank you so much.
So that's it for programming. Thank you, Michelle. It was great. That's it for this programming this morning. The committee meetings, we have almost 1 hour before they start, so we have plenty of time for networking, talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, all the concepts you heard here. So I think we have some work to do, huh? We have some work to do. I know for the past decade or so, we really have had some, with the help of SGAC and the YPP and all the committees, we've done a very good job, and we have some of the best numbers when it comes to generation. Right? Our events tend to attract, just across the space industry, a lot more young people under 35, under 40, and that's fantastic. But I think this, talking about gender, for sure, we have a long way to go, and geography, and we'll talk about that at lunch today with the Access Committee. We've got some planning there to try to expand into Asia, into Africa, Middle East, Latin America. We've been hosting events. I was in Panama just a few weeks ago. We've got work to do there as well, but I think we have a great platform. So thank you guys for showing up this morning. Thank you for volunteering for the IAF, by the way. We really appreciate your guys' work. I know it's a lot of work for you guys, particularly those who are chairing, committees that are doing selection process. We're happy that you're here. We're happy that you're part of our family in the Federation. So have a great morning, okay? Thank you.